immerse yourself into the world of Creepy Man. He's waiting for you.
A newlywed couple, Ryan and Emily, were on their way to a luxury resort, celebrating the beginning of their new life together. The road stretched endlessly before them, winding through vast countryside, as the warm hum of their car filled the silence. They had been driving for hours when the weather took a sudden turn. Dark clouds rolled in, and a heavy downpour began, drenching the landscape in a thick veil of rain. Just 20 miles from their destination, disaster struck. A massive tree collapsed onto the highway, blocking their path completely. Ryan grabbed his phone and searched for alternate routes. He found a narrow, winding road cutting through the dense forest, a supposed shortcut to their resort. "This road should work," he assured Emily. She hesitated but nodded, trusting her husband. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the rain intensified. The wipers struggled to keep up, and visibility was rapidly deteriorating. Emily gripped Ryan's arm, nervous. "Maybe we should find a place to stop until the rain lets up." Ryan checked his phone again. Through the distorted raindrops on his screen, he found a hotel just a few miles away. "There's one nearby. It's old but should do for the night," he said. They followed the GPS instructions until the building came into view. An aging, towering structure surrounded by mist. Its faded sign barely read Blackwood Hotel. Something about the place felt wrong. Drenched from the rain, they entered the dimly lit reception area. The lobby smelled of damp wood and something unplaceable, something rotten. An old bell sat on the dusty counter. Ryan rang it a few times. Silence. Then, without warning, a skeletal old man with sunken eyes, a long crooked nose, and thick glasses popped up from behind the desk. Ryan cleared his throat. "We need a room for the night." The old man nodded slowly, his thin lips curling into a smirk. "Room 536. He handed them an old brass key. Ryan and Emily step into the old elevator. The dim light flickers above them as Ryan presses the button for the 5th floor. The doors close with a soft clang, and the elevator hums as it ascends. When they reach their floor, they walk down the narrow hallway to room 536. Ryan pulls out the key given by the old receptionist and tries to unlock the door. He turns the key, but it doesn't fit. He tries again. Nothing. Frowning, Ryan exchanges a glance with Emily. "He must have given us the wrong key," he mutters. Without hesitation, they return to the elevator. Ryan presses the button for the ground floor, and the doors slide shut. The elevator hums as it descends. After a few seconds, the doors open. Expecting the hotel lobby, Ryan and Emily step forward, then freeze. The hallway before them is identical to the one they just left. The same peeling wallpaper, the same dim lighting, the same unsettling silence. Slowly, their eyes shift to the door in front of them, room 536. Hi friends, in episode 20, we bring you Emily's chilling tale, a college student drawn to a vintage camera with a sinister secret. After discovering it in her new apartment, eerie whispers, distorted reflections, and a shadowy figure in her photos began haunting her. No matter where she turned, it crept closer and closer. Then Emily vanished, leaving behind only the cursed camera and a final eerie photo of her grinning. Was the camera haunted, or did something far worse take her? Watch episode 20, The Cursed Camera, only on Mr. Creepy Man. Link in the description and pinned comment. Now let's get back to the nightmare, because what happens next will haunt you forever. They were still on the 5th floor. Confused, they stepped out. The hallway looked exactly the same, yet something felt off. Ryan frowned. "The lift's broken. Stay here, I'll get another key," he said. He hurried down the stairs, leaving Emily alone. The hallway was silent. Too silent. At the reception, Ryan rang the bell again. No answer. Then behind him, something shifted. he turned. A pale, ghostly woman stood in front of the elevator, staring at him with empty eyes. He gasped and spun around, only to find the old man suddenly inches from his face. Ryan nearly screamed. "You gave me the wrong key." The old man grinned. "My apologies." He handed Ryan the correct key. Back on the 5th floor, Emily wasn't where he had left her. Panic set in. Then she appeared, walking out of the darkened hallway. She looked different. "I got the right key," Ryan muttered. She only nodded. They entered the room, finding it surprisingly neat compared to the rest of the hotel. Inside the room, the atmosphere was unsettling. The rain lashed against the windows. Exhausted, they changed into dry clothes and lay in bed. In the middle of the night, Ryan awoke to a strange feeling. He turned over, only to find Emily missing from the bed. His heart pounded as he noticed Emily standing by the balcony, staring blankly into the storm. "Emily?" he whispered, approaching her cautiously. When she turned around, Ryan's blood ran cold. It wasn't Emily. It was the ghostly woman he had seen earlier, her hollow eyes and twisted grin sending him into a frenzy of terror. Ryan stumbled backward. The door burst open. The hallway was filled with ghastly figures watching him in eerie silence. Screaming, he bolted down the stairs. On the 2nd floor, he found Emily, crouched in a corner, weeping. But when she lifted her face, her eyes were black pits, and she screamed at him in an inhuman voice. Terrified, Ryan fled, reaching his car. But as he sped away, he realized he had left Emily behind. Ryan's breath came in ragged gasps as the hotel faded in his rearview mirror. Rain battered the windshield, but he kept driving. His mind raced. Was Emily really gone? Or had he abandoned something unnatural? Then from the back seat, a soft whisper. "You should have stayed, Ryan." His heart stopped. He glanced at the mirror. Emily's reflection stared back at him, but her eyes were hollow and black. We hope you enjoyed this chilling story, but don't leave just yet. We've handpicked 2 terrifying episodes for you on the end screen, and trust us, you don't want to miss them. The episode on the right was meant to be a fun getaway turned into a nightmare they'll never forget. 8 friends set out for a relaxing trip, but eerie encounters turned their adventure into pure terror. A shadowy figure at the waterfall, ghostly screams chasing their car, and a roadside specter that felt too real. Now their group chats are dead silent. Their camping gear is collecting dust, and they've mastered the art of never looking into dark corners. Watch their terrifying story unfold, if you dare. The episode on left is about a father, his son, and their golden retriever, who set out for a peaceful night under the stars. But something in the woods is watching. A ghostly woman with a twisted gaze emerges from the darkness, turning their camping trip into a nightmare. Will they escape, or will the forest claim them too? Brace yourself for chilling suspense and eerie twists. You won't sleep after this one. Now go ahead, click on the next episode. Before you go, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And don't forget to hit that like button. Your likes help our videos reach more horror fans and motivate us to create even scarier content for you. And if you got a real-life horror story of your own, or one you've heard from someone, we'd love to hear it. Send your chilling encounter to mrcreepymanpod@gmail.com, and it might be featured in a future episode. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next terrifying tale. Until then, stay safe and don't look behind you.